Today, we're going to be picking out my first TBR of the year with Fictionary. Fictionary is a board game I have created based on Pictionary to help me pick out the books that I'm going to be reading for the month ahead. I do always say this is guidelines because I'm very much a mood reader, but this is a fun way to be able to pick out some prompts and help guide me towards the books that I want to put on my TBR for January. There are 5 different categories. We've got people and places, appearance, title, difficult, and any book. Each of those categories, obviously apart from any book, has various different prompts underneath them, and that will help me pick the book that I'm going to be reading. I do set a 1-minute timer for each book that I pick, and if I do not pick the book within that 1-minute timer, I have a forfeit card. The timer element is based on the 1-minute timer that you have to draw something in Pictionary, and I have had people say that maybe I could remove the timer from this, but honestly I quite enjoy having the timer in there because I think it creates a little bit of chaos, and otherwise I'd probably just spend ages trying to pick the books, whereas the point is that I'm trying to be more like quick-paced about my picking. So I'm going to keep the timer for now. If you guys are enjoying the timer, please let me know, but I think it just adds a little bit of chaos. So today we're picking January's Fictionary. Books that I need to try and get onto this TBR, we have got The City of Stardust by Georgia Summers. This is an arc for a book that comes out at the end of January. January 25th, it is on my anticipated releases list. I think this looks really great and I would like to try and read this before release date if I can. We've also got 2 new releases that are coming out in January. We have Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross, which is the second book to Divine Rivals, which I'm really excited about, and I want to read that ASAP whilst Divine Rivals is still fairly fresh in my head. And then we've also got, what is the new Sarah J Maas called? House of Flame and Shadow? Is that what it's called? That's coming out in January as well. So those are the 3 books I'd like to try and get on this TBR if I can. Okay, roll 1 of 5. We have got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Appearance. For the first roll, we've got Appearance, which is black and white cover. I don't really think we can pass this off, can we? You know what? Divine Rivals had a black and white cover. What's the Fairy Loot cover of Ruthless Vows? Hang on, let's find this out. This is counting towards my minute, so I'm gonna try and search this quick and hope that it's at the top. Not that my Fairy Loot edition is going to be arriving in time, I think, for me to read it in January. I don't actually, hang on, I haven't even ordered the Fairy Loot edition yet. Is it even on sale? Maybe it's not even on sale. No, it's not sale. It's not on sale. It goes out, wow, words. It goes on sale on the 18th of January, but it is black and white. So do you know what? I'm having that because that's an edition and that needs to get on my TBR. So book 1, boom. Okay, roll number 2. 2. 1, 2. Difficult. Roll number 2, we have a difficult. It is non-fiction. I actually, not to think that all the books are just like within reach, but there's one right here. Hang on. Ta-da! This is Dear Reader, The Comfort and Joy of Books by Kathy Rensenbrink. I have put this on Fictionary TBRs before. Wow, this is really fallen prey to the sun. Can you tell? I've put this on TBRs before and I haven't quite got to it, but I've heard so many good things about this, and it's all about a passion for reading. I mean, there's a quote in the blurb that says, "Reading has saved my life again and again and has held my hand through every difficult time." I would love to get to this, and it's a non-fiction. I feel like January for me is a pretty good time to read non-fiction, to be honest. I feel like I'm most motivated to read non-fiction in January, so we're going to put this on the TBR. Roll number 3. 1, 2, 3. Appearance again. Okay, roll number 3. For appearance, we have got Landscape on the cover, which is not going to be either of the books that I need to try and get on this TBR. Okay, right, let's go for a walk. Right, Landscape on the cover. Landscape on the cover. Thing is, as well, I don't know what books I'm receiving for Christmas that might well have a landscape on the cover. I mean, that is a landscape of sorts. The Overstory by Richard Powers. I would really like to read this one. And then of a kind of similar ilk, Greenwood is like also tree, but that's not really a landscape. We can't have that, can we? Does that count as a landscape? Wish You Were Here. Wow, the lighting. Wish You Were Here by Jodie Pickle. That kind of counts. Let's have one of these 2, I think. Oh, my knees just crunched as I stood up. That was horrible. Okay, I feel like these are clutching at straws. That's upside. They're both upside down. This is going well. I feel like these are clutching at straws for landscape. I'm not gonna lie. I know I probably could have done better. I think out of the 2 of them, Wish You Were Here is more landscapey. Do I give it this one? I feel like this is going to hit right in January because it's got the travel vibes to it. I know that Jodie Pickle writes quite sad books, which was what I experienced when I was reading The Book of Two Ways by her, and also My Sister's Keeper is obviously pretty bloody sad. So I think maybe this is following somebody that goes to the Galapagos. That's pretty much all I know. I think it's in the time of COVID, which I'm not the biggest fan of reading about. However, the other elements of this swayed me in enough that I feel like that will work for me. You've also got The Overstory by Richard Powers, which I can't exactly remember the plot of this one, but it gave me A slight vibe to The Family Tree by Sherry S. Tepper, which is a very old book that I really enjoyed many, many years ago, and have been kind of searching for something with that kind of vibe ever since, and it's kind of got an environmental element to it, and this one also has that. There's lots of different situations with trees coming into play, of 5 different strangers, and how they all link together. There's also some settings of Vietnam in this, which is intriguing. I think this one fits the prompt more, so we're gonna go for this. Okay, 2 rolls left. We have got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We sailed right past any book. Okay, for 4 we got people and places, which we haven't had yet, so please be kind to me, people and places. We have got character I think I'll identify with. I mean, I could just say I think I'll identify with one of the characters in the 2 books that I want to get on this TBR. Hang on, let's have a look. Do I think I'm gonna identify with the character in this book? Is there even a blurb? There is a blurb. Okay, hang on. Curses are made to be broken. For centuries, generations of Everleys have seen their brightest and best disappear, taken as punishment for a crime no one remembers, for a purpose no one understands. Their tormentor is a woman named Penelope who never ages, never grows sick, and never forgives a debt. 10 years ago, Violet Everleigh's mother left, determined to break their curse, and has never returned. Now Violet must find her mother or she will be taken in her place. To do so, she must descend into a seductive magical underworld of power-hungry scholars, fickle gods, and monsters bent on revenge. She must also contend with Penelope's quiet assistant, Alexander, who she knows cannot be trusted, and yet to whom she finds herself undeniably drawn, tied to a literal deadline. Violet will travel to the edges of the world to find Marianne and the key to the city of Stardust, where the Everleigh story began. Okay, right, do you know what? Sod it. We're claiming it. It's a loose link. Let me talk to you about why. I mean, it's my game. It's my game. Okay, now the blurb states that her mum left to break the curse, and she's now going to find her mum, otherwise she will be taken in her place. Now that kind of sounds like she's doing that for her own motivation. Here's where I'm going to make the relatability thread. I'm very close with my mum, and I would definitely go on a voyage to try and save my mum if it needed to be done. I don't know if that's what she's doing here or more doing it for her own gain, but we're gonna say that she's clearly very close to her mum, maybe, could be completely off with that, and that she wants to go on this voyage to help her out. So that's, for me, that's relatable, and that is what we're claiming with this. So yeah, this is on my TBR. I will take no further questions. It definitely fits the prompt perfectly. I feel like this is such a sketchy, put together TBR, but we're gonna do our final roll. Okay, last roll. Any book would be great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yay, appearance again. Okay, final roll in an attempt to get whatever this Sarah J Maas book's called. The flames and the shadows and I've forgotten the name. I do love the series, I've just forgotten the name. Cover you love. Do you know what cover I really love? Let me just show you. Look at it. I mean, do you know what? I actually do really like that cover, and it is called House of Flame and Shadow. I think I was actually saying that right. I really like that cover. We're having that. I'm claiming it. You know what? It's January. I need a good boost for the January TBR. So the final book for Cover You Love is House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J Maas. When does this even come out? Hang on. Am I going to be waiting like right till the end of the month? I feel like it's fairly late in the month. Let's have a look. It's literally the 30th. This probably should have been my February TBR. Ah well, didn't think that through, but it's on my TBR. We got it on. I don't even know what prompts were for what now. So for Dear Reader, nope, for non-fiction we had Dear Reader. For a book with a landscape on the cover is Jodie Picoult's Wish You Were Here. I feel like these 2 are the only ones that really properly fit these prompts, but it's fine. For a character you most definitely 100% relate to, we've got The City of Stardust by Georgia Summers. What were the other ones? Divine Right, no, Ruthless Vows. Ruthless Vows is a black and white cover, was that the prompt? I think that was the prompt. And for a cover I love, we have got House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J Maas. Yes, successful TBR. I mean, do you know what? That's a good TBR. I feel like I cheated the system a little bit. I feel like it was a little bit chaotic, but hey, setting the tone for the rest of the year with this series, I'm sure. If you do like me picking my TBR with Fictionary and you would like to see more of me picking my TBR with Fictionary, I do this every month, and it's equally me bending rules, running around trying to look for books, and probably half the time not actually getting the books on my TBR that I want to get on. But if that sounds like your kind of thing, do subscribe. If you enjoyed Fictionary and you want to see more from this series, I do this every month to pick my TBR. It's usually just as chaotic. I'm running around my flat trying to find books that maybe vaguely fit with the prompts, twisting the rules a little bit, and usually not actually getting all the books on my TBR that I need to get on my TBR. But if that sounds like your thing, do subscribe, hit the bell notification button thing, all of that stuff. Lots of fun content is coming your way in January. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I am looking forward to my TBR. I think there's a pretty good chance of me being able to get to quite a few of these obviously depending on releases, because I've only got 3 of them in my hand right now and I need the rest of them, the other 2. Ruthless Vows comes out right at the start of the month, so I think I'm going to get that on Kindle and then obviously order the Fairy edition to have that as a physical copy, so I should be able to get to them all. I think it's just the Sarah J Maas one being at the end of the month. I'll probably just start that on release day and just try and read as much of it as humanly possible over the course of the remainder of the month, so like 2 days, but I think it's doable. I can do that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.